Right, revision video 20. Crikey, lots of videos. So this is to do with probability, and you often get, especially at the slightly lower numbers levels, you get a probability line like this. 0 always goes up to 1, nothing greater than 1, otherwise you made a mistake. 1 represents 100%, you can't get more than 100% with probability. Mark across the probability that Francis gets an 8. I don't even know what the question is. So let's assume there are 10 numbers. Okay, let's assume the question is this, because it actually doesn't say what they are. If it was that, 8 is 1 in 10th, so it will be down here, roughly. Now, I just have a sneaky feeling that isn't what the question is, but we'll go with it. What's the probability that they get an odd number? Well, if I've got the same number of odds and the same number of evens, it's going to be 50-50. So that would be across there for the second part, because it's halfway. So I need to remember that actually with that one, there's no question. That's annoying, but there we go. Right, now look at this one here. Definitely looks like there's a question here. 0, 1, and I'm going to see how many increments we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's put it down on the first one. It's got red, and on that one it's got white, and there are 2 more. So there we go. There we go. Reggie has a bag holding red, white and green counters. Altogether there are 6 counters, so I need to know there are 6 counters. That's important. Okay, bit of important information. The probability scale shows the probability that a counter picked at random will be white. It also shows the probability that counter picked out at random, yeah, that's bonzo. It should be red. Oh dear me. One of those should be white, one should be... Anyway, we've got it here. It's obvious. What's the probability you're getting a green? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, now if I just see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's really interesting, because I've got a sneaky feeling that if I've got 6, one of them is red. I think one counter is red. I think 1, 2, 3, 3 counters are white, which leaves me with 2 counters that are green. Okay, because that's kind of what it's telling me now. If again I look, white, let's see if I'm right. White is halfway. Half of 6 is 3. So that would tally with that, halfway. And if this is equally done and there are 3 there, then that must be 1 counter each. In a sense, these are counters. So 1 counter is red, 3 counters are white, so it must be 2 counters are green. Okay, it's a really interesting question, that, and quite a challenging way to try and answer it. Then it says list combinations. So they have starter, main and dessert. Megan is having a meal with her friends. She's going to choose 1 starter, 1 main and 1 dessert. This is the menu. Megan has £15. List all the possible combinations she can afford. Oh, that's really interesting, because it's slightly increased the complexity. So what I'm going to do is work out all the different combinations, and then work out which ones she can't afford or which she can afford. So all the combinations. Now this is going to be really interesting. What you do is you're going to take 1 from each section. Okay, so you can have this one, which is soup and then chicken and trifle, or I can have soup, beef and a brownie, or I can have soup, pea, pork and eat a mess, or I can have soup, carrot and... So you can see I'm going to have loads and loads and loads here. In fact, so many that maybe there's a quicker way to do this. There's got to be, otherwise you're going to have, actually, when you think about this, you've got 1, 2, 3 for that, 3 for that, 3, that's 9, and you've got those, so it's 27 different combinations. It's a lot to try and work out. So let's think, can I be wise about this and think clever? So I know that soup costs £2.50, and I know that brownies £4.25. They're quite, prawns, they're quite expensive. And this one £3.50, that's fairly expensive, a melon. Chicken £6.25 for a main, beef £8 for a main, and pork £7.50. And then finally trifle £3.50, brownie £4, and Eton mess £4.50. I only have £15, so it's about £5 each thing. So let's just go through. Let's see if I can work out an easy way to do this. If I have the soup, and I'm going to use my calculator here, if I have the soup and the chicken, so if I have the soup and the chicken, that gives me £8.75. Okay, I can afford any of these ones because I'm not going to get to £15. So therefore, I can actually have soup, chicken, and tea, soup, chicken, and B, soup, chicken, and E. That's a set I know I can have. So now let's go with the pork, which I think is quite expensive. Pork is £4.25. If I then have the chicken with it, that's £10.50. So I can have anything here as well, because that's £15. So therefore I can have the pork. It looks to me, if that's the case, the pork, the chicken, T, pork, chicken, B, pork, chicken, E. So I can do that. What I haven't done is these ones here, have I? So I need to look at that as well. So let's just finish off with this part here. This is a long question, isn't it? I'm surprised with this one. So I can have that with £3.50, and chicken, that's £9.75. So again, I can have any other combination with this one. So I can have that. This is just a silly question, just going on forever. So I can have that. If I have chicken in the middle, I can have anything, okay? But if I have beef, that will probably change a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So I'm just going to do, so starter, soup, beef, okay? Now I know that's £10.50. Well, again, I can have anything I like. And if that's the case there, I can have soup, beef, tea, soup, beef, B, soup, beef, E. This is just ridiculous how long this is going on for. Well, right, let's just do the pork bit now. Let's see what happens with the pork, because this is going to take forever. Pork and beef, that's £12.25. Ah, at last. £12.25 means I can't have anything else. So I can't have those two. Okay, can't have those two. That's made that simple. What about the melon and the beef? So the melon and the beef. So that's £11.50. So I can't have anything except for that one there. So I can only have melon, pork, and tea. And then finally we've got this one here. But you can see how this is going. It's just, I don't know, the language bare long probably sounds about right to me. I think with the chicken, because the chicken is so cheap, I can, soup is so cheap, I can have the soup with any combination. So I can have the soup and the pork with any combination. I can have, now this is going to be interesting, the pork with the beef, that's £12.25. So I can't have anything else, we've done that one already. But there you go, it is quite bare long, and you just go through that process. Can't imagine this will be in the test. It is just way too laborious, and I'm bored. So let's move on.